Before there were the palm trees of Vice City or the endless highways of San Andreas, before GTA became a global phenomenon, there was a place named Liberty City. And no, I'm not talking about GTA 4. Welcome back to 2001. Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 3. GTA 3 was a game changer. For many, it was the first time a game world truly felt open. We had no invisible walls, no rigid levels, just a city that felt alive. And back then, it was nothing short of groundbreaking. And the dark, rainy atmosphere of Liberty City burned itself into our memory. The city was dirty, dangerous, full of crime, and yet you wanted to explore every corner. And at a time when open world games were still rare, Rockstar showed the world just how much potential this idea held. GTA 3 wasn't just a game, it was an experience. It started a new era, introduced a new kind of freedom in games, and showed us how fun pure chaos can be.
Yeah, boy.
But what exactly made GTA 3 so special, and how important was it for the games that followed? Let's find out together. Lean back and join me as we travel back to 2001. Nokia phones with custom covers are all the rage. The first iPod is about to launch, Windows XP is on the horizon, and if you wanted to use the internet, you had to choose go online or use the phone. It's the year Shrek hits theaters. Harry Potter casts his first spell on the big screen, and Linkin Park's hybrid theory redefines an entire genre.
2 planes have crashed into the World Trade Center in New York.
There have been a series of terrorist attacks in the United States.
Pictures just in showed the building already on fire.
But it's also the year of the September 11th attacks, a moment that shook the entire world. 2001 was a year of extremes, between progress and fear, between childhood nostalgia and global seriousness. It was the age of LAN parties, burned CDs, and that thrilling feeling that the digital future had just begun. And right in the middle of all that changing chaos, one game launched in October that changed everything. Suddenly, freedom wasn't just a word, it was something you could feel while speeding through the city in a stolen taxi. GTA 3 was released on October 22nd, and while it might sound obvious now, this was the first Grand Theft Auto in full 3D. No more top-down pixel graphics, no tiny character from above, but a fully explorable city in a 3D open world. That jump into the third dimension wasn't just a visual upgrade, it redefined the entire genre. For the first time, you could move around freely and you had a real city beneath your feet. We had NPCs walking around, rain, fog, a day-night cycle, and yes, in 2001, all of that was revolutionary. And then there was Claude, the silent anti-hero dumped into the chaos of Liberty City, betrayed by his girlfriend, arrested, and suddenly back on the streets. The story of GTA 3 starts with a bang, or rather a betrayal. Catalina, Claude's girlfriend, coldly shoots him and disappears with the money, but Claude survives and so begins his journey through the criminal underworld of Liberty City. Throughout the game, you rise up the ranks from petty crooks driver to mafia errand boy. You meet characters like Luigi, Tony, and Salvatore. Each mission pulls you deeper into the city's schemes until you're dealing with drug cartels, the Yakuza, and corrupt cops. And during all that, Claude never says a word, and yet he had a presence. He was a blank canvas, a silent observer in a city full of madness. That's what made him so memorable. But of course, that also made him less iconic. A silent character can't compete with later personalities like CJ or Nico Bellic. He had no legendary one-liners.
Oh shit, here we go again.
No moral dilemmas.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you have been true with me. But the truth ain't what I'm interested in. You fucking shooter!
No deep dialogues.
When the war came, I did bad things. And after the war, I thought nothing of doing bad things. I killed people, smuggled people, sold people.
And yet, we owe everything to Claude. Without Claude, there'd be no CJ and no San Andreas, no Nico Bellic and his torn between the American dream and his past trauma. Dramatic as it sounds, without Claude, there might not be a Grand Theft Auto as we know it today. GTA 3 was the beginning, the game that laid the blueprint for everything that came after, like the mission structures, the radio system, the freedom, and the city as a playground. It all started here. Claude may not have been a talker, but he was the spark that set everything in motion. And and when we look back at what we came before, we truly realize just how massive this shift was. Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 were wild, chaotic top-down games. Sure, you could steal cars, run over pedestrians, do jobs for gangs, but there was barely any story. No real cutscenes, no character development. It was more of a points chase than a crime drama. And yes, the cities had names like Liberty City or San Andreas, but they were just backdrops. Then came GTA 3 and suddenly everything changed. Instead of jumping from random mission to mission, there was now a full story, named characters, betrayal, rise, revenge. GTA 3 was the moment Rockstar truly began telling stories. Sure, years later, even Chinatown Wars proved you could tell a great story in top-down format. Huang Li's journey was surprisingly clever, sarcastic, and deep. But that was 2009. Claude paved the way. He was the first to silently stand in the middle of a loud, chaotic city. And that's why GTA wasn't just a game, it was the start of an entire era. The game brought us countless memorable moments like the prison convoy escape at the very beginning or the final mission, the exchange where you finally take down Catalina. Legendary too were those calm city cruises accompanied by the game's radio stations perfectly capturing the early 2000s vibe. My personal top 3 were Head Radio, Flashback 95.6, and Game Radio FM. Alongside those musical bangers, there were already some legendary talk shows. They were often funny, often weird, and always memorable.
Hello? Answer me, you pansy.
What's your question?
Spank! 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 Spank!
And then there were the wild police chases, the 5-star chaos, and tanks shooting at you, and of course, the dark secrets. Typical for Rockstar, and the most infamous of all, were the Donald Love cannibal theory. Donald Love is a rich media mogul, eccentric, power-hungry, but above all, unsettlingly mysterious. You encounter him several times throughout the game. He seems cultured, charming, but something's off. You complete missions for him that involve delivering fresh corpses, and in certain cutscenes, you can spot human bones on his plate. Rockstar Games never confirmed anything, but if you connect the dots, the implications are pretty obvious. So GTA 3 didn't just define a new type of game, it also gave us birth to those eerie, unsolved mysteries we've come to love. Things weren't explained, not everything was shown, but that's what kept so much of it alive in our minds, especially because it sparked countless theories back then. Sadly, I can't fully do the game justice today. In 2001, I was just 2 years old, so I never experienced it at release, nor could I feel the full magic it once held. My first time playing it was in 2007, but without any real understanding, I was just lost in the chaos, and even though I'm a huge fan of the series, I mean I love Vice City, I love San Andreas, and I love GTA 4 and 5, but ignored GTA 3. It wasn't until the release of the definitive edition that I actually played it from start to finish. And sure, that was a different experience altogether. Aside from all the bugs the definitive edition came with, it was clear this game had aged. I even tried it again on PS2 recently, but it just didn't click with me. Even though I can still happily boot up the original Vice City or San Andreas, I can't do the same with GTA 3. To me, the most amazing thing about GTA 3 isn't the game itself. It's its legacy and the path it paved for everything that came next. And honestly, I wouldn't really recommend it today, unless you played it back then, because the magic it once had just doesn't hit the same anymore. For many, GTA 3 may still be their all-time favorite. For me, it was more of a necessary stop on the GTA journey. After 17 hours, I was just glad to be done. And yet, I'm incredibly grateful for it, because in 2001, it wasn't just revolutionary, it was a masterpiece. Rockstar knew it wasn't perfect, but they saw the massive potential in this idea, and they used it to create timeless games in the years that followed. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also look forward to more Grand Theft Auto videos in the future, and let me know in the comments what you think about Grand Theft Auto 3.